Hello, my friends. I have a wonderful workout for you for your abdominal area and, of course, your entire body, but really focused in on the abs. And this is more of an advanced workout. It's intermediate advanced, so it's nothing too crazy, but I do recommend if you haven't already been through my more beginner intermediate workout, go through that workout first. If it felt good for you, no problems, then definitely, you can try moving on to this, but I just want to encourage you to go through that beginner intermediate workout first before trying today's workout. So all you'll need for this is a yoga mat, and if you have a yoga block handy, that would be ideal. So go ahead and grab those items, and when you're ready, come and meet me back on the mat. If you are dealing with prolapse or bladder leakage and are looking for a program that you can do at home, check out Lift. You can get the first week free by heading to femfusionfitness.com/lift. Start your healing journey today. Okay, let's go ahead and begin with a seated breath of fire. So I really like to prime the core and the pelvic floor by waking up these deep inner core muscles. So for this move, which is basically just a lift of the pelvic floor and the abdominals as you exhale through the nose. So you're going to be sniffing out through your nose. And as you do that, you're going to feel your abdominal muscles and your pelvic floor lift and pull in and up. So pelvic floor and abs pull in and up with every single exhale. So little sniffs out your nose, and then this lift and pull in and up each time you exhale. So I'm going to show you actually kneeling. You can do this seated in a chair. You can do it standing. I'm just going to show you kneeling simply so that you can see me better. But let's go ahead and get started with this. We'll do 3 rounds. We'll stop after our first round to make sure we're good. So 3 rounds of 20 exhales. So here we go. Okay, inhale expansively and then exhale. Let's do it again. And this time, let's bring our hands forward and then bring our turn so that our palms are facing out and our fingertips are facing each other. So this just kind of activates the front of the body a little bit more. So shoulders relax down away from your ears. Fingertips are pointing toward each other, palms are facing out, okay? So we're gonna do the same breath of fire, about 20 exhales, and feel that pulling in and up of your pelvic floor and your abs every time you exhale. Here we go. Inhale and then exhale. Okay. Inhale those arms up and down. Roll out the shoulders, and one more time. Inhale and exhale 20 times-ish. Okay, inhale and exhale. Okay, that just is to wake things up and kind of activate the pelvic floor and the deep abs. Right now, let's do hands and knees and go into rolling cat. So for this move, I want you to go ahead and round your body forward and then arch back. So round your body forward and arch back. Breathe steadily with this move. Feel like you're flowing like a wave, rounding your body forward and then arching your spine back. This is another just a warm-up move, kind of getting things moving and grooving in the spine, the muscles of your core. Should feel really nice. What can be helpful is to lift your pelvic floor and pull in your abdominals as you round your spine. So lift your pelvic floor, pull in your abdominals, and just breathe steadily. Exhaling is usually helpful, and then inhaling back. Exhaling forward and inhaling back. One more time. Exhaling forward and inhaling back. Okay. Okay, roll your shoulders and let's go into boat pose practice. Now, for prolapse, if you do have prolapse, I want you to be really careful and tune into this workout because I'm gonna give options. Now, normally, if you do have prolapse, having both legs off the ground like that can be a lot on the pelvic floor, a lot of pressure downward. So let's just start with one leg up at a time. So inhale, lengthen your spine, hold on behind your thighs, really lift it through the pelvic floor, pulled in through the low abs, zipped up through that core, and just straighten one leg. So hold on tight behind your thighs, roll the shoulders down. Now maybe loosen that grip a little bit, see how it feels. Are we still good? Still able to hold strong? Do you still feel lifted? If so, then go ahead and try lifting the other leg up off the ground. So hold it there and then release down. And then once your legs are touching, let go. Go ahead and kind of roll out your spine, just release. And then we're gonna do the same thing on the other side, just checking in with this boat. Deep breaths. Now, let's move up to the other side. So feet flat on the ground first. Inhale, lengthen your spine, lift your pelvic floor, pull in your low abs. Be sure that your spine is long and tall, your heart is lifted, no rounding. So lifted, sitting on your sitting bones. Now straighten the other leg. Hold it, holding on behind your thighs. Don't need to let go, just hold on. Now, if this feels good, no problems, then you can try lifting the other leg up off the ground with an exhale. And hold it, hold it, hold it. Stay lifted through the pelvic floor, pulled in through the low abs, and then release down. Okay, let go, release, release, release. Just a couple little circles. And then we're gonna move into rolling like a ball. So legs together, hold on behind the thighs. We're going to make sure that you exhale on the way up. Exhale on the way up. Again, exhale on the way up. Feel strong through the core, pulled in through those low abs as you exhale on the way up. Okay, stay here. Now, we're gonna move into tippy boat. So I want you to roll onto your right butt cheek. Now we can start with our hands behind us just to see how it feels. Roll onto your right butt cheek and straighten just one leg. Just see how that feels. Is it good? If so my left leg is straight, lift your pelvic floor even more. Pull in those abs even more. Exhale, and you're gonna lift the other leg up off the ground. Hold it, tippy boat. Tippy boat. Maybe if you want to, you can even lift your arms off the ground, but that's only if you are feeling good and lifted through the core. We don't want any downward pressure. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Hold this tippy boat. And then come back to the middle. And when your feet are on the ground, then you can release. So just roll, rock out your body. Take a big, deep belly breath. See what feels good. See how you want to move your body. Just breathe. And then we're going to do the same tippy boat on the other side. So I like to come back onto my hands. We're coming onto the left butt cheek now. Straighten your right leg and just see how this feels. Make sure that you're zipped up and strong through the core. Now, if you're gonna try to lift the other leg off as well, make sure you're really zipped up through your core. Pelvic floor, low abs, everything is strong. And then as you exhale, straighten that other leg. Holding it. Stay lifted through your heart. Try not to round and slump. We wanna be lifted, strong through the core, holding it. Maybe if you feel good here, maybe try releasing your arms. This side is harder for me. Hold it, hold it, hold it. 3, 2, 1, and now feet down on the floor. When they're on the floor, relax and let it go. A couple of nice circles. Now, we're gonna roll like a ball. And on the 4th roll like a ball, I wanna try crossing the feet and standing up, okay? So here we go. Hold on behind your thighs. Inhale back, exhale up. That was 1. Inhale back, exhale up. Inhale back, exhale up. This last one, cross your legs, exhale, and stand up. Straight into warrior two. So in warrior two, your feet are in line. This foot right here, it's pointed forward and this foot is pointed to the side. So sink down into warrior two, knee is over that ankle. Press into the outer edge of that back foot. Hold it. Now to make this a nice ab workout, I want you to lift your pelvic floor, pull in your low abs. You're zipped up and strong. Now we're gonna move into little ballet arms. So bring your arms in a ballet sweep like this, and then the other way. Breathing steadily, feeling this working your obliques, going really controlled, lifted through the entire core, lifting, yearning, reaching with your core, lifting. One more time, each direction. And hold, and then come forward with this foot right here. Turn it forward and heel toe the feet in. Shake out the legs, and we're gonna go straight into the other side. So turn the other foot out. So we're just doing the same thing on the other side. Turn it out. This foot faces forward. Reach into warrior two. In this position, the front knee is over the ankle, sinking down, lifting the pelvic floor, pulling in those low abs, lifted and strong. Now, sweeping into our ballet arms, feeling the obliques work, breathing steadily, using your core. It takes a lot of strength to make movements look graceful. One more time, each direction. Lifted through the pelvic floor, pulled in through the low abs. Nice. And now forward with that foot and heel toe the feet in. Okay, good. Come on down onto the mat again. We're gonna go right into bear pose. So in this position, hands are spread nice and wide, toes are tucked under. You're gonna inhale and then exhale all the air out. All of the air out, all the way. Belly button pulls toward your spine. Now inhale into your chest, and then exhale all the air out again. And this time lift the knees up off the ground. Keep that bum nice and high, the spine flat and straight, no rounding. Flat spine, your knees are hovering off the ground, lifted through the pelvic floor, pulled in through the low abs. And now tap out to the side. Tap, tap, tap. Keep going. 8, 7, 6, 5. Core is strong. 3, 2, 1. And now one knee down and then the other. Sit back onto your heels and roll out your wrists. Nice. Go the other way with your wrists. And check in with yourself. How are you feeling in your pelvic floor? How's everything feeling? If you're still good, then let's keep going. If you're not, then this is too much of a progression for you and you need to go back to the more beginner workout. Okay? So if you're doing good, after you've released a little bit, we're gonna go next into another seated exercise. So sit down on your bottom and we're going to bring our knees close together. So you can start like this, nice and tall and lifted with your sitting bones underneath you. Definitely don't round. Every time you round, that puts a lot of pressure on your pelvic floor. So you need to stay lifted and tall. We're going to be zipped up through the core, straighten your left leg out in front of you. Kind of like we did before with boat. Stay lifted, hands clasp, and you're going to twist toward that left side. Lifted and strong, exhale as you twist. 8, 7, exhale, 6, 5, 4, exhale as you twist, 3, 2, 1, and sit up tall, release, do those little circles, release, 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 breathe deeply, and the other side. Sit up tall again, straighten your right leg now, hands clasp, heart is lifted, spine is long. This is working our hip flexors and our abs, and twist. 8, 7, 6. Exhale as you twist. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Ooh, really a lot of work. Again, those hip flexors are definitely feeling it, so let them go. Take a little break, maybe some windshield wiper legs, and take a deep belly breath. Relax your hips, relax your abs, relax everything just for a moment before we go into a plank series. So for this, before we go into our plank series, I want to do a quick reverse tabletop for all that hip flexor work. Really lift your bum up, 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 high toward the sky and hold it. Stretching out the hip flexors and strengthening the glutes. Lift the bum high and then set it down. Okay, now let's move to that plank series. So cross your legs. And planks are often a no-no for people with prolapse. But I want you to try this with me and try going really slow the way I'm gonna show you, slow and carefully and controlled with the transition in and out of the plank, because that's really the hard part, is the transition in and out of it. So what we're gonna do is start from our hands and knees, and then I want you to straighten your left leg out behind you. Inhale, exhale all the air out. Belly button to your spine, nice and strong. Now inhale into your chest. Exhale your air out again, and as you exhale, lift the other leg up into plank. So now you're in that nice tall plank. If this is ever too much, then drop one knee at a time and then the other and come down onto the ground, okay? But let's go ahead and keep going. So I'm gonna do it again. Left leg behind. Exhale all the air out. Now inhale into the chest, exhale again, holding that strong core and transition into the plank. If this feels good, bring the left knee to the chest, and now bring the entire shin and knee down toward the floor. Strong core, lift up. Touch the ground, strong core, lift. Exhale as you lift. Touch the ground with your shin, and exhale as you lift. Oh my gosh, that's a lot. Step back, bend those knees. Now we're gonna go into accordion plank. So bring the knees to the right and then shift forward into plank. Bring the knees to the left and then shift forward into plank. Right with the knees as you sit back, shift forward. Left with the knees as you shift back and then forward. One more time each side. Exhale as you come back. Inhale as you come forward. Exhale and inhale. Bring the left knee down and then the right knee down. Sit back on your heels. Yeah, it's a lot. Now, be honest with yourself. If that was too much, if it felt like strain on your pelvic floor, or if you felt like strain on your back, or if you felt like you just weren't ready for that, then please take a break, take a pause, modify if you need to. Maybe just do a knee and elbow plank, something like that instead. But if you're ready, let's move to the other side. So we start on our hands and knees, right leg behind. Exhale all the air out, strong through that core. Now inhale into your chest, exhale the air out again, and then step back. Hold that plank nice and strong. Right knee, if you're doing this with me, right knee to the chest, the whole right knee and shin touch the ground, and then lift up. Exhale as you lift up. Exhale as you lift. One more time, exhale as you lift, and then step back, bent knee, downward dog. Now we bring both knees to the left and we're shifting back. Then inhale, forward. Exhale, both knees to the right, shifting back. Inhale, forward. Exhale to the left. Inhale, forward. Exhale to the right, belly pulls to spine. Inhale, forward. One more time each side. Inhale, forward. Last time. Inhale, forward. Right knee down, left knee down. And roll out those wrists. All right, we have one more cardio blast for those of you who are feeling good about the planks. If you're not feeling good about the planks, then fast forward until the next exercise. But if you want to do this last move, a cardio blast mountain climber plank, really great for getting up your heart rate and helping with that stubborn belly fat. All right, spread out your toes or your fingers. Step your left leg back. Exhale all the air out. Strong core. Inhale into your chest. Exhale the air out again and step back. Now hold that strong core, super duper strong. Let's mountain climb, nice and slow. Or if you want to join me for a little jog in place, you can. Just be sure this feels good. Keep breathing. And 10, 9, 8, belly to spine, 5, 6, or 7, 6, 5, 4, belly to spine, 3, 2, 1, and one knee down and then the other. Oh, I am feeling it. Okay, roll out those wrists. Take a big, deep belly breath. Release your body, release your muscles. After all of that hard work, we're gonna re-engage because we're not quite done. But let's go ahead and come back onto our bottom for can-can abs. I really like this move. We're gonna come back onto our elbows. Since we've spent so much time on our wrists, let's come onto our elbows. One elbow and then the other. Now in this position, make sure that your spine doesn't round and your shoulders aren't hunchy like this. You wanna be really lifted. This in itself is an exercise. So maybe you just wanna stay like this, that's fine. If you want more, zip up your pelvic floor, pull in your low abs, nice strong spine. And we are going to bring both knees, touch your toes to the floor, and bring both knees to the right, and then the left. The right, and the left. The right, and the left. Knees to the right, knees to the left. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now come to the right, straighten the left leg. If you want more, pull the core strong and straighten both legs. Now touch down and then left, right, left. Straighten the right leg. If it feels good, straighten both legs and then touch down. Right, left, right. Straighten one leg, straighten both legs. Still feel good? Touch down and left, right, left. Are you still pulled in through the low abs? Straighten one leg, straighten the other, hold it, pull in through those low abs, and then touch down, right, left, right. Okay, nice job. Carefully come up. We're gonna go into that reverse tabletop one more time. Lift your bum nice and high, strong through the bottom. Holding up, nice and lifted through the hips. And come on down. All right, we are gonna have a block actually handy if you have a block. If you don't have a block, then we can come up with alternatives, but if you have a block, have it available. And come down onto your back. So let's take a minute just to bring your legs, your knees in toward your chest and just to kind of rock everything out. Bring your knees apart and then together, swirling out the hips, releasing your back. Hopefully you're not having any back pain. If you ever have any back pain, it probably means you need to engage your core a little bit more. And you also need to relax in between your sets of exercises. That's what we're doing right now, is just relaxing and letting go. And then we're going to engage again. So let's go ahead and engage the core again. So pelvic floor, low abs, everything is nice and strong. Lift your left leg up toward the ceiling, hold on behind the thigh. Now this is where, with prolapse, you need to be very careful when we lift both legs up off the ground. So if you feel like this is too much to have both legs up off the ground, then you need to modify or stop. So I'm going to have you hold on strong behind the left leg, strong through the core. And exhale, lift the right leg up. Now hold that core really strong. Don't let your low back arch as we lower and lift that right leg. Down and up. Keep the low back nice and close to the floor. Do not let it arch. Keep your low abs pulled in and your pelvic floor lifted. If this is too much for your flexibility, you can bend the leg. It doesn't have to be super straight. Exhale as you lift the leg. So breathe out, and 3, 2, 1. Now hold it down. Hold on behind the thigh. This is only an option. If you have diastasis recti or prolapse and this feels like too much, don't do it. If you want to try to lift your head and shoulders off the ground, you can. Just make sure that you're really lifted through the pelvic floor, pulled in through the low abs, and you exhale as you lift. Holding on behind the thigh, hollowing out your belly, scooping everything in, and then pulse, pulse, pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And release down. Windshield wipe out those legs. Breathing into your belly, releasing all of that. Now, if you notice when you do any type of crunching that you feel downward pressure on your pelvic floor, or if you feel like your abdominal area is tenting or doming or splitting in the abdominal, between the abdominal muscles, if there's a gap, then you need to not lift your head and shoulders up off the ground. But if that went okay for you, then let's do the other side. So right leg up, you can have a bend in the leg. Hold it. Lift your pelvic floor, pull in your low abs, nice and strong, and lift the other leg. How does that feel? Hopefully that's not too much. If it is, back off. Now, super strong, don't let your low back arch. We lift and lower that left leg now. Exhale as you lift the leg. Exhale. Keep going, keep that low back close to the floor. Don't let it arch. Keep the belly pulled in, the pelvic floor lifted. And I feel like we have about 3 more. I'm not always perfect on my counting. And this time lower it. And if you did on the other side and you want to try that lift of your head and shoulders, you can. Just make sure your pelvic floor is lifted, belly is scooped in, and you exhale as you lift your head and shoulders up off the floor. Holding on behind the thigh and pulse, 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 pulse. Little short, sharp exhales and 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And legs down. Again, windshield wipe out the legs, dropping one knee and then the other. Feet are nice and wide. Breathing deeply into the belly, into the pelvic floor, releasing and letting go. We just have a couple more moves. So for this next one, I want you to place your hands under your bum, and you're going to bring one knee into the chest, and then only if this feels good to lift the other leg off the floor. You're going to just roll it up off the floor, nice and gentle. Now, lifted through the pelvic floor, pulled in through the low abs. Your knees come into the chest, and then they go out and then up. So into the chest, out and up. Into the chest, out and up. Into the chest, out and up. So it's like you're making a little circle. Breathe steadily with this. Keep the knees close together, squeezing together, and breathing. You can even lift your hips up off the ground a little bit, like a little reverse crunch. My back and my pants are kind of sticking to my yoga mat, so you can hear them come up off the ground every time. If that's happening to you too, then you're not alone. It's the mark of a good workout when you're a little bit sweaty. So a couple more times. If this feels like it's too much, then stop or modify. Last one. Okay, now that was a lot for our low abs. Let's get our upper abs in for a crunch, a careful crunch. This is optional. Again, if you have diastasis recti, if you have prolapse, and if this doesn't feel good, then don't do it. But I'm gonna show you how to make it a little more prolapse friendly and diastasis recti friendly for those who are ready. It's not for anyone who's beginning their healing journey. So have a block or a pillow between your knees. Gently squeeze your knees together to activate the inner thighs in your pelvic floor. Strong through that deep, deep core. Pull in through the low belly. And as you exhale, you lift your head and shoulders off the floor, reaching your arms forward, holding it and down. Exhale each time you lift. Pulling in the low abs, making sure the pelvic floor stays lifted. Exhale. Exhale. Chin is tucked. 4, 3, 2, squeeze against that block. 1. And release. That's all I'm gonna do. If you wanna do a few more, go for it. But when you're ready to join me with some bridges to reverse everything we just did, go ahead and press into your feet. Keep the block or the pillow between your knees. Keep squeezing inward. Lift your bum up, 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 and down. Let's do 8 of these. So 8, 7, 6, 5, still squeezing in against the block. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. All right, so knees flop apart. Inhale to release, exhale to just draw them together. Don't lift your hips stay down. Inhale, release. Breathe into your belly, exhale, fire up that center line. Inhale, release. Exhale, fire up that center line. Last time, inhale, release. Exhale, fire up that center line. Let's go ahead now and totally let go. So if you have a yoga block, perfect. If you don't have a yoga block, just do a pencil stretch like this. If you do have a block, it's so nice to put your hips up on the yoga block and to just arch yourself over the block. You can play with heights. Maybe you want to be a little bit higher and just feel that front of the body stretch. Should feel really, really good. Let everything unwind. It's really important to take the time to release and relax after these workouts, because if you were doing it right, you were lifted and engaged through your core most of that time. So now it's time to release the muscles, let go. And again, if you have the block, it's ideal for this next release, which is our last release, which is either just a supported bridge, like I'm showing right now. You can also do this with your hips up on a couple of pillows. You can just grab some pillows and shove them under your bottom and relax in this position. It takes the pressure off of your pelvic floor and it's just restful. If you want to do my favorite stretch to end, it's the frog stretch, which you can see right here with my hips up on a yoga block. I love this. It's such a beautiful opening and release of the pelvic floor muscles, which are the base of the core, and they do tend to get really tight and overly activated during these intense workouts. So you want to let them go. Breathe deeply into your belly. And again, be honest with yourself. If this workout felt like it was no problem, then that's great. If it felt like it was maybe a little too much, then please go back to my beginner/intermediate workout that I have on YouTube or any of my other workouts. I also have an amazing program called Lift, which provides a really great foundation of strength if you do have prolapse or bladder leakage. So please check out Lift if you think that would benefit you. Take one more nice deep breath. And release your feet down. If you had them in the air, roll to your side and push yourself up to seated. I hope that was a fun challenge for you. I hope it felt good. Keep coming back to it. If it did feel good and you felt like it was a good challenge, keep coming back to it. You'll just get stronger and stronger with practice, but learn how to tune in to those deep core muscles. And again, my Lift program can help you with that. It's everything together, all in one place. Check it out in the show notes. And until next time, remember to eat clean, move every day, and you will shine brighter. There's so much you can do to take care of your health naturally, and I'm really glad you're sharing this time with me. Thanks for being here.